So I have this little sketchbook and I've been meaning to finish her off, and so I only have a few more spreads left, a few more pages in the sketchbook left. So let's see if I can finish it. Okay, so I'm gonna do the little sketchbook tour. Let's see how it goes. So this sketchbook I started sometime in 2019, and I did finish it recently on the 12th of July. And yeah, so to take you back to my old days of sketching, as you can see, I used to be very, very chicken scratchy, and to this day I think I've improved a lot with my lines, so I don't have to draw like this anymore. It just comes a bit more natural to me. However, this is a great way of adding texture and details as well. So yeah, as you can see, this is pretty much how I drew back then. So yeah, it's so interesting to see your art improve over time, especially for this one. This is technically 6 years, but you have to understand that I left it for a very long periods of time in between. I think I only completed about 20 pages or so, and then I just left it. And then I would come back another year, and then I would do the same. I think some of these are inspired by other artists' work, but I couldn't tell you what or who they were. But as you can see, I was very experimental and a little bit dark at times. But yeah, these are so interesting. This one's definitely drawn from real life. Not sure what's going on down here, but as you can see, I really loved my watercolors. I think they would be experimenting with backgrounds, drawing people. I mean, this is so fascinating to look back on. These ones I drew from real life. I believe I was sat outside in the garden. This one actually breaks my heart a little bit because that's my doggy Spike. He's passed since, but yeah, I loved just chilling with him in the garden. But yeah, drawing hands, as you can see, really struggling with that. Yeah, I was okay-ish at drawing animals if I'm copying from a picture, but I just, as you saw from me drawing my dog really quickly, it just wasn't it. This one's definitely from another reference. I think these ones might be just from imagination. Yeah, I don't know. I think that one's a little self-portrait. That is so funny. It's sad that I didn't add any date in this. So, yeah. But yeah, practicing a lot, drawing just whatever. And yeah, I remember doing these over in my home country. While I was staying with my grandma for a month, I would visit for about a month or so, and then yeah, this one definitely I took with me. I remember doing them. And these. This one's really cool. I should come back to this type of idea. I like it. And this one as well. I remember I drew that, and then I was planning to do like a bigger painting, but I just never returned back to it. And yeah, very dark, very moody. I remember I had come back from the holiday and I did these. And yeah, continuing sometime in 2023. So these ones as well. I remember doing this after work. I tried to dedicate time to filling this sketchbook because it was this full by the time it was this 2023, and all of these pages were completely empty, and I said to myself, I need to finish the sketchbook for once. And yeah, I remember doing these after work, and yeah, I did start leaving some dates, which is nice. I like leaving dates and timestamps at some points just so that I can keep track, but not everywhere. Yeah, these ones are inspired by Gret Lusky. I absolutely adore her. I have her book, and yeah, I really liked experimenting and drawing similar-ish like she does. These ones are also from my home country. I went there with my mum for a week. at my grandma's house, and I remember drawing these. This one, I believe I was at work. I think I started taking my sketchbook with me everywhere and just doodling in some places. As you can see, I really love the brush pen. But yeah, I am a big fan of the brush pens. I think I was practicing portraiture. Clearly you can see a lot of people. And yeah, just doodling people. Sometimes doodling the same person twice to see if I can get it a bit more likeness. And then I left it at Wednesday. I messed it up, and then I was like, I'm not gonna finish this. This looks horrible. And then I started again sometime in 2025, and these ones were can't remember where I drew these. I think at the park or something. But this one I had drawn after seeing a vision in my dream, and it was grieving my auntie who passed away. And yeah, so I had these dreams, and funnily enough, I remember drawing this because this was the vision in my dream, and the smaller coffin was for my dog, and that one was for my auntie at the time. And I don't know, I think I was just so overwhelmed with grief that this kind of imagery was showing up. But yeah, then this was sometime in, I don't know, 2023 maybe. And yeah, I sketched this as like I skipped through, so this is going back to before. But this I continued. I was on the plane. I was on the plane again, going to my home country. By the looks of it, it looks like I keep picking this book up when I'm traveling, which is so interesting. But I drew a bunch of these, and I should come back to these because some of these look like some cute sticker design ideas. But yeah, I just had a bunch of these little tiny, I love how the color palette is. I like this maroony color with these like brownie tones. I'm really loving that. But yeah, I also did these on the plane too, I think. And then I continued. I came back, and then I said, you know what, it's time. By this point, I'm already way over a half. I've got a tiny bit left, and I thought, yeah, it's finally time to finish it. And I got to work and I finished it. So this was May, and by, what was it, July, I was already finished. Yes, July. Granted, bearing in mind that I was also working on my large A4 sketchbook at the same time, and I finished both of those books pretty much in between a week of each other. So yeah, these guys are the cutest, and I've made these into stickers if you want to check those out. And yeah, I love these. These are super cute, and you can really see how much my style has changed. This one kind of like a journaly book, I'd say, because I started like writing things down as well. So what happened here was I had a pumpkin from the season before that my mum brought me at like from her own garden, from her own allotment, and the pumpkin had survived all winter. In the spring it started to go bad, but I left it on the side, and then I took it outside, and by the time it was going really bad, it started like going soft and losing its shape. I saw something. The birds had been picking at it, which was the plan. I was happy that they were doing this, and yeah, I noticed something green inside, and I opened it up, and there was just a bunch of seedlings, which I picked out, and yeah, I planted them myself. And yeah, so this was really, really interesting to find. And we have these like mackerel pots in the UK from Tesco. I don't know if anyone's familiar with these, but they're so cute. Like the colouring is so nice. So I don't know, I was bored one day and I thought this would be a good idea to draw. And then here's some veggies and fruits using gouache. I really love how bright the reds are with gouache. Here I'm writing down my little collection of the gouache, just classic gouache, and yeah, so I've got some Winsor & Newton and some Holbein gouache. This was June 11th. By June 18th I started doing, I think I was doing like, yeah, every couple of days I was trying to fill a page, a spread, and yeah, this was a cute idea that I didn't finish. I like this concept. I need to try and figure it out a bit more, but it was I found like a little reference of a squirrel sleeping and I thought it would be really cute. So yeah, I drew her, but I added stuff to it. Do not wake me, with a cactus in her backpack and she's underwater. I don't know why. I don't know what I was thinking at the time, but yeah, here's a fish. And then some clovers. I took this picture, and yeah, it's just, I love drawing from real life now. These ones are drawings that I did using the pictures from my own garden. I've been very busy growing fruits and veg, and yeah, the tomatoes have been my favourite to draw so far, as my name would suggest. And yeah, this was my first zucchini of the year. I've since grown many more zucchinis. If you are familiar with this plant, it will give you an abundance all summer long. So yes, here is my black ball tomato. So I took this picture as well that I drew from, and I was just experimenting, and yeah, I love how the little texture came out on the tomato itself. Here's the classic, I would bet on it that everybody's seen this image on Pinterest of the flying fish, and I was obsessed and I wanted to draw them, so I got my brush pens out and some black pencils and I sketched them, and I really loved them. I would say this is my favourite page of the whole sketchbook. And here is my other zucchinis that I was growing. So I had two kinds, so I had the yellow and like the dark green, and that is all from this sketchbook. And yeah, I think, I can't remember who was doing this. I think it might have been Sophie McPike who wrote their favourite colour. I can't remember. But yeah, she suggested to write what your favourite colour is, or somebody did, I can't tell you who, but yeah, I wrote my favourite colour is green, and it really is. I have been drawing green a lot this year, and yeah, that is all for this sketchbook. Thank you so much guys, and I'll see you in the next one.